All right, and we're live. Let's see how this plays out. I know it's a little dark, you guys, but sometimes you have to work in certain conditions. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and I want to show you how I'm going to paint one of these large pieces. This is 4 feet by 64 inches, so a little bit over 5 feet. Okay. 4 feet tall by 5 feet and 4 inches wide. So here we go. I apologize for the darkness, but it's just the way it is right now. And I just thought that you may be interested in me painting something like this right now, since this is how I do them. Okay, I'm gonna do a landscape on this canvas. Very cool canvas. I like the whole thing. Anyways, I'll start with some lines. Nothing means anything, okay? Nothing means anything. It's just stuff to get me. I don't prepare. I don't do any of that stuff. I used to, not anymore. I'm over all of that. It's very intuitive, the work now. Maybe because, and I try not to make it formulaic. I don't know if that's even a word. Not create any formulas. This helps me to build everything in painting. I believe that has to do with confidence. And there's moments where I haven't, for whatever reason, right? The confidence is not there. So I have to depend on just courage. You guys see painters out there doing some great stuff. They have a shitload of confidence. That's the reason why. It's not so much the work. It's not so much the artwork. It has to do with the fact that they're just confident. And the way to get confidence, the way to breed it, if you will, is by doing enough of it. It doesn't come any other way. I've never seen an artist who doesn't, who's not confident and doesn't create great art. I've seen a lot of artists who are creating, nice work, but they'll sit on it for years and months or whatever. That's great. That's different stuff. But this type of intuitive work, it has to do with confidence. If you don't build that, it's a muscle, and it happens from repetition also. It's a repetition type of thing. So here I go. I'm going to start out by doing some very dark colors here, so that you can't see. There's nothing really to hide. This is latex paint. Okay? I like to do some of my work with latex. Some of this large work, so much fun to do with latex. Also acrylic, why not, Latex just happens to have this consistency that I very much like. Some people like it, some people don't. To each their own, right? I happen to love, just absolutely love latex paint. For many reasons. There's many reasons why I really like it, why I dig it so much. I'm going to show you how I'm going to outline this in a dark green. I'm going to use some dark green. Here's another one of my favorite colors. I hope you can see it because I know it's a little dark. I apologize for how dark it is. Sometimes it helps me when there's not so much light too. I mute some of the stuff a little bit, some of the colors. So sometimes it helps. So I'm going to start by doing something like this. That was not intentional, but we'll play with it. And then we'll use enough water. This is to get myself in the rhythm. There is a rhythm, and I'm looking for it. I see painting as a bit like music. There's a pattern, there's a rhythm, and I'm interested in finding what that is. Right from it's sort of a time signature for musicians. So I'll use my intuition as a bit of a metronome. I know it sounds a little weird, but I'll do that. I'll do weird stuff. I'll show you guys later also how I do one of these ones with what is it called? Oil. What is it called? It's late. Well, a little bit late for me anyways. So I feel a little bit. So this is a little purple that I'm mixing. And the way I do it is that I'll use enough water. This is not to dilute the paint. This is to keep myself from staying too long in one area. There's a difference. I'm afraid of staying too long in one area, as I've explained to you guys many times before in other videos. Those of you who follow what I do. Staying too long in one area, it is the killer of production. You want to keep moving, but it's a subtle game, right? You have to kind of know a little bit about what you're doing, because it is a little game. It has its reasoning behind it. It's not just it has its little reasoning behind it. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to be checking out the comments little by little here and there. My idea is to tackle this large pieces as I would a watercolor. And it's tricky because they're larger, right? They have a different thing happening, but that's part of my idea. It's tackling them a bit like I would do watercolors. And so let's do this. I'm going to get some white. It's not really white, it's more like bone. So it's a build-up. If I start too thick, there's nowhere to go. And so some of you have asked me, why do you dilute your oils? There's different reasons why, but one of them is because I want to start out thin. Although some people have noticed that my work is, what do you call it, impasto, right? There's a lot of texture in it. Either way, I want to start out, man, it's late. Working on a Sunday night, huh? Why not? Even though it's impasto, I start out thin. I want to start out thin because it's a good place to start. It's just a very good place to start. Start thin. Watercolor artists understand that. Some of the old oil guys understand that. And this is depending on what you like, right? That's not how, it's not in stone. It's not in stone. It's not written anywhere in stone. Don't worry about that. It's meaningless. What matters is that you get the feeling of it. It's the feeling I'm looking for. Again, it's that little tempo, right? There's a tempo. It has a tempo. It has a little march. Some of you might think I'm really local. That's because I am. It's got a little march. You know? And I'm looking for it with different means, because if I just concentrate on one thing, I can't find it. So I have to look for it. Right? I have to look for it. There's a little march happening. I think that's the beauty of painting. I don't have a reference photo for those of you thinking. This is intuitive. Sometimes I'll use reference photos. I'll use a picture that I took, or some, what do they call them? I'll use some drawings. Some sketches, whatever, right? And now I've spent enough time in the sky where you start feeling it. You start feeling it. You gotta watch out for that, because you start feeling it. This is a great little experiential thing. You start feeling what's next, and you start feeling when to start moving. It's a feel thing. So at some point, I start feeling like I've done enough damage in one corner, so I move to another one. And, you know, and this. Now, if you're using latex like I am here, and you want to be judgy, please don't, because latex, it's super awesome paint. You just gotta know how to handle it. If you want to use latex, I highly recommend changing the container, like the ones I showed, because it'll just do you good, you know. It's just a good thing to change the container. Put it in one of those containers where you can actually see. I follow a little bit of the thing. I don't have to, but you know, drips are going here. I follow it a little bit. And then this is how I waste a perfectly good canvas. I'm tired. I'm tired. This is how it happens, guys. Move, you move, you move, you move. Some of you are starting to become believers, huh? Beaver believers. Beaver believers. Some of you are like, oh, I see what this cat's doing. This guy's good. I can just hear it. Some of you thinking that I actually know what I'm doing. And some of you thinking, that guy has no idea what he's doing. And you're probably right. You are probably right. Either way, it's probably true. What I do know is that I'm having a hell of a time. That I do know. So
maybe I'm gonna make something for us.
on the middle of the video.
Oh, what's up, fans?
What's up, fans?
Yep.
Beautiful people.
Oh, beautiful.
You know, and it's got its thing. We say in Spanish, tiene su chiste. It's got its thing, you know. Well, we don't say in Spanish everywhere. That's, I think in Mexico, that's where the saying is. Tiene su chiste. Tiene su chiste means it looks easy, but it's not as easy as it looks. You know. This is a great exercise. If you have a canvas you're willing to kill for the sake of for the sake of learning how to become loose, I highly recommend this method. Okay. If you have a canvas that you're like, man, I'm ready to kill that canvas, right? You don't mind if you ruin it. If you don't mind that, I highly recommend this. This is a great exercise. This will keep you alive, feeling a little bit alive. You don't have to do this, right? Everybody paints different. But if you're like, man, I don't know, I'm kind of stuck in a style. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel a little bit lost. Or you just haven't painted in a while, right? And you don't know what to do. I highly recommend getting large format art and start messing with it. Large format. Now, some of the color that I have here, down here, goes up here too. And this creates a continuation. Little pockets, little pockets, little pockets. Hi, Jolly. Yeah, it's a big one. It's 4 by 5 feet. Sorry that it's too dark, guys. I know that I should have had more light. Go to Howlett. I should have had more light, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But this is good. This is good. It feels right. It just feels right. There's a good feeling to it. And again, you know, this type of canvases, you really have to feel them. This type of larger works, they're feel works. They're meant to be felt more than just looking, right? They're meant to be felt. There's more of a feeling that happens with this, because large work is royal. Okay? Large work is royal. And it's not because it's for royalty. It's because it has a whole other, maybe, I don't know. It has a whole other thing happening. See, many artists, we either go standard, or we go really small. Especially plein air artists. They have this tendency to either paint very standard sizes, 8 by 10s, 11 by 14s. I'm not going to say guilty, because I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just going to say I do that too. Right? But very few go larger. And when you go larger, there's a little fear associated with it. You can fuck it up. You can. You know? But you don't. That's the funny thing. It's just a little fear associated with it. Right? There's a little, oh man, what if I... No, everything's fine. Nothing gonna happen. The only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna miss out on a shitload of fun. That's the only thing that's gonna happen. You're gonna miss out on the fun. Oh, where's my... Here it is. Look at that, babe. My wife just walked in the room.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Ain't it?
I love the colors.
It's like super bubblegum, huh?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like lipstick.
It is like lipstick. Thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it. Let's get you guys a little bit closer.
Do you mind if I walk past to get to...
Totally not. What do you need?
I need two envelopes.
Thank you so much, Kim. So this is what I, this is how I look at it on a Sunday night. On a Sunday night. You play with its shades, right? A little bit. There's a little bit of this. There's points in landscape that when you look at it, especially when you're moving, you're driving, you look through the landscape, you can't put it together. It's not impressionism. It's not impressionism. You just can't really, it doesn't. So you take it as a whole. Say that you're driving. I used to practice this a lot when I was a kid. Maybe this is why I love painting like this. I used to practice this because I happen to have a severe astigmatism. And so I would squint my eyes, right? I would squint my eyes when I was on a road trip or something, since I was a little kid. And I would see the landscape and squint my eyes and try to capture it as a whole. Because the car was moving, right? I mean, life was blurry as it was anyways, because I didn't know I needed glasses. Like, nobody at home asked the question, nor did I. I just thought everybody saw blurry, really blurry. And lights became... Those of you who have stigmatisms, become exaggerated, right? You see a little light and it just becomes this exaggerated thing. So I used to play this game that when I was on a road trip or something, and it was a really cool thing to do. Again, it's not, I understand that it's not for everyone, guys, but I thought it would be cool to show you guys how I do them. Not everybody is going to want to do this. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but some people do. Some people do enjoy this kind of stuff. And if you do, well, welcome. Welcome to Miami. Welcome to this thing, right? If this is your thing, then you're in the right place. A little bit of the mountains here. Arizona mountains tend to be like this. This reminds me of our monsoon season in Arizona, here in Tucson. When the rain clouds just become so majestic, you can't escape it. If you've ever been on this neck of my woods, you can't escape it. You can't escape it. It's so beautiful to just.
Well, it's town. What do you think?
It's majestic. I don't know any other word I could use for it other than majestic. It's heavenly. El Greco would have gone bananas looking at these clouds. And now the mountains are a blur, right? When everything's happening. Some peaks are evident and other parts become, they just dissipate, or whatever, however you say it. Something like that could happen. And I don't spend too much time cleaning them. I just get them really wet. I don't spend too much time cleaning the brushes. It's not my thing.
Not your jam?
It's not my jam, dude. You know it. It's not my jam. I got paint on me, dude. Be careful.
I don't care. I can get it dirty.
I like your style.
This painting looks really nice.
It's nicer than anything I usually do, huh?
No.
You can be honest.
It's not as good as that Indian you drew. Native American.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel,
Yeah, Mom?
bring me an envelope.
Gotcha.
They're right. They're the little white ones.
A little subtraction, right? Because it's cool to subtract a little bit. And then
I'm sorry, Mom. I won't find it right now.
right here, we can do something like this. And it'll be totally cool. It's not for the faint of heart. That I will tell you. It's not for the faint of heart.
Nah.
We'll make a nice gray right here. Don't forget your gray tones. Grays are excellent in a painting. Okay, here I go with some grays. Grays are excellent in a bright painting. The brighter it is, try to put some grays in there. See, when you start light, you can always build up. The problem is that many of us start very, very heavy, and then sometimes we have a hard time building it up. Right? You start light. You can always you can do some reductive painting. You can subtract some of it, or you can add, or you can just continue to add glazes, right? Some of the esfumato stuff. I think this is really cool. I really dig it. I think my wife agrees with me. She's like, yeah. And then I can put some more blues up here. But now they're a little bit gray down. And since we have blue up there, it's okay to kiss it with blue a little bit down here. Why not? A couple of kisses, not too much, because you don't want to compete with the sky.
Compete with the sky.
Then it'll start competing. You don't want to do that because then the eye doesn't know where to go. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. I feel loved. I feel loved. So, some of the darker tones that I'm going to start putting here again, just to come back to it with some a little bit more dark. It's only going to be, let me get another piece of cardboard. Yeah, because those are my palettes. My palettes are cardboard pieces. That's how I roll around here, some cardboard. And who knows, you know, maybe if I let it dry a little bit, I'll start using some copper. I like using copper in my paintings too. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay, just enough to convince the viewer that there's some heaviness in those clouds. Just a little bit. Maybe even some of this.
Yeah, Mom? Come here. Hold on.
And then there we go again a little bit with some gray.
And then put it away. You just left it on the counter. Same thing with the Gatorade. You want to keep it or you throw it away in the trash?
And then in the mountains too. Yes. A little pastel-y. Why not? What do you guys think? Thank you so much, Bedtime Stories, for the queer folks. It's just a simple landscape with a little bit of my je ne sais quoi, a little bit of that love. And I call it simple, but it took me 20 years to start playing like this. But it's simple to me, right?
It'll never be simple to me, Dad.
Yeah. But again, if it's something that it's like your cup of tea or whatever, you know, give it a try. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kiss it with some white. And it's not really white. I don't want to use pure white here. It's it's a bit of a pearly. Color. Just to give the illusion that there is something happening, right? There's something happening.
Oh, what's happening?
Some light is coming through. It's coming through you.
Oh, that's cool, actually.
Yeah.
I want some light in my life.
We all want light in our lives. You're smart to start thinking that early.
I already think that, really.
I know
I'm
you.
smart.
I know you're a smart cookie, dude. I've always known that. You're so smart that you're smarter than me, do you?
No. Albert Einstein called me to be.
And I don't think just anybody's smarter than me. So I'll give you that one.
I'm so smart that Albert Einstein called me and said, "Hey, can you be my assistant?"
Oh, and you're channeling our what's his name? Albert.
Yeah, because I freaking can.
What the hell is that, dude?
I'm never.
That. Look at that, just some subtleness to it.
Beautiful.
You know, just enough to be like, what the hell's going on? Jose, why are you so cray-cray, man?
But he's not crazy. He's smart.
Jose's super smart. Alright, let me move some of this that way. Yeah, this can come down. See, use anything, guys. There's some plastic little things for faux finishes and whatnot. I use anything at hand. And that's just how it's done, guys. It's a very cool, different way of doing some artwork. It's, I enjoy it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I hope you appreciate this. I hope that you take away something from it. Let me show you. Look at that.
Oh my god, like someone's like, oh my god, I watched her paint it and now I get to buy it? Woo! Oh, then.
Yeah. Just very cool stuff, you know?
It's very beautiful stuff.
Totally. This is a 4 by 5 feet painting. A little bit over 5 feet. And it's just, I love it. It screams Trujillo. I love that. I didn't use acrylics. I used this baby's right here. I use latex. Because sometimes I just want to use latex with them. Because they're fun. They're fun. They're just tricky to use. They're a little tricky to use. But, you know, if you go through the learning curve, you start playing with them. And maybe I'll add some acrylic on the painting. I like to layer it sometimes. Sometimes the acrylic, when I paint acrylic, I like to layer. In oils, I don't. Because they take too long to layer. So I create my scenes quick. But with acrylic, sometimes I'll layer. And I'll do something like this. So there you guys have it. My name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist. Just because it just happens to be that way. I hope you enjoy this clouds over the... This reminds me. Yeah, I think this is home. This is Arizona. All right, guys. Take care. Adios.